Good afternoon, all. On behalf of Professional Development Committee of Institute of Cost Accountants, Western India Regional Council, I welcome you all for today's webinar. Our today's speaker is Chitralee Goswami ma'am. Before that, I welcome all of you and I welcome also Mihir Vyas, our chairman. Mihir sir, can you please address? Mihir sir? Hello? Mihir sir, can you hear us? Sorry, I think he's having some network issue. So can we start, ma'am, now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else who has to speak or anything? We can start
No, ma'am.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One moment. Yeah. Welcome all of you for today's webinar. Our today's speaker is Chitralee Goswami ma'am. Chitralee Goswami ma'am is a former Chief General Manager and Head Corporate Finance Services in the Energy Grant of the country, ONGC. She is a fellow member of the institute and visiting faculty to reputed universities like India Prastha University Delhi, Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning Bangalore, and so on. She is a contributor to number of management journals and invited speaker at multiple national and global summits. Madam Goswami's profile features in the recently launched coffee table book of the Institute. As a cost and management accountant, Chitralee Goswami is a merit awardee in ONGC and she was nominated for the highest ONGC Management Award in 2023. Over 3 decades, she has worked in almost all finance portfolios and hugely contributed in finance function system improvements. As a strategic decision maker for immense contribution in ONGC, AI journeys is noteworthy. Besides being a thorough finance professional, Chitralee Goswami is a recipient of prestigious President India Award in vocal music. She is also a recipient of Pride of Northeast Award in the category of Multifaceted Woman. Other titles awarded to Madam Goswami is Gandila, Sangeet Tilakam, to a name few. A perfect example of work-life balance, Chitralee Goswami is an accredited vocalist of All India Radio, a Sufi poet, composer, lyricist, performing artist, and recipient of number of titles and accolades such as Sangeeta Tilakam, Gangana Kokila, Pearl of Melodies, and so on. She is a life coach and mentor. As a respectful giving back to the society, she is mentoring a number of young students and professionals. Their success and happiness is her only treasure that she cherishes. Welcome you, ma'am, and request you to start the session.
Thank you, Gauri, for your elaborate introduction. And there are some noise coming. So it has to be muted from the background of all those who are participating. Okay. Gauri, I will, first of all, namaskar and good afternoon to one and all, and the senior officials of the institute, the office bearers of the professional studies, and everyone who is present and found out their time to be with us, with me today. I welcome and I also thank you. Jem, as it is extremely important, what I will do now, I will share my presentation, Gauri, so that it will easier for everyone. Of course, once I start the presentation, participants will not be able to see me, nor will I be able to see the participants, I think. But after the presentation is completed, you may ask me the questions that you may feel like. So shall I share, Gauri? Gauri,
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
muted.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yeah.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, GEM procurement, most of you know about it. Generally, we all know about it, and especially the finance professionals all know about it. But what are the nuances that we must master while we deal with the GEM procurement? For all youngsters and students who may be young professional who may have joined, GEM is government e-market. It's an e-marketplace like any other e-market. Like Amazon, it is just simply an e-commerce site. But since it is government, it has its own rules, regulations, nuances, do's and don'ts. Those are important for us to know. As I go along, I will tell why they are important. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, all of your pardon, because I'm having a little bit of a bad throat. Government e-marketplace is the initiative of Government Department of Commerce and Commerce and Industry. And this was, amended. 140, Rule 149 of GFR was amended to incorporate this e-marketplace. It is introduced as the public procurement portal. Initially, it was thought that through this online procurement portal, uh, corruptions in procurement process can be eliminated, at least minimized. So therefore, this was started so that uh, minimum human interaction, minimum human involvement in the procurement process. Therefore, this government e-market was started. So a very large number of goods and services are available today on the e-market. In Amazon, you get pin to plane. Probably plane has not yet come, but pin to car is already, I think, come. Similarly, in this also, you get pin to the biggest machinery. This is a very robust system. It is much monitored, much foolproofed, and on continuously evolving e-marketplace. It is not stagnant. It evolves every day. So once we go ahead, we will know what are the details of the e-market, government e-marketplace. Number one, remember, no private company can register as buyer on GEM. So this is one of the major difference between other e-marketplace and this GEM portal. No private company, whosoever, even if it is Mukesh Ambani or other big players, they cannot register as buyer on GEM. So they cannot procure through GEM. Then a natural question comes. Most of the finance professionals majority are with private sector. Then why should we know about GEM procurement? Right? will tell you the answer. This is the answer. Because all finance professionals, I am mentioning CMA here because we are CMAs. We function as auditor of government companies. We function as arbitrators in legal disputes. We function as counsels in NCLT courts. At various capacities in GST forums also we function. As employees in public sector undertakings we work. As employee in government incorporated joint ventures we work. As employees in private companies, but dealing with PSU or government companies we work. Suppose I work for Reliance. Reliance is not a gem portal buyer because it is not authorized, but it supplies to, say, ONGC. Then ONGC is a government company. So, as an employee of Reliance, I must know the procedure that ONGC follows. ONGC, I'm only taking as an example. It can be any government company, any PSU, or any government authority for that matter. So these are the reasons we must know whether we are in private sector or in public sector. How to register? I don't need to elaborate. It is very simple. Every e-commerce site, how we register, we create a login and a password. The website for it is www.gem.gov.in. We go and register there, create a login and then a password in the website. If I am a seller, I register as a seller. If I am a buyer, I register as a buyer. I am repeating this line, no private company can register as buyer on GEM. This is very important to always keep in mind because there could be fraudulent activities. As an auditor, we should be able to identify those fraudulent, activities. Therefore, I have repeated this. So, buyer registers as a buyer, seller registers as a seller. Both have a login ID and a password. Having said this, we must know the GEM tendering process and its stages. This is price tenders. GEM helps buyers to ensure reasonability of rates quoted by seller, price comparison, purchase history. We will come to the tendering stages now. Before that, we must know that in GEM, the vendors are evaluated. Vendor evaluation is an extremely important portfolio and therefore it is evaluated by none other than Rail India Technical and Economic Services, in short, RITES. RITES is a very reputed and trustworthy organization. Therefore, government has appointed it to do the vendor assessment at GEM. Because while registering, if we do not have a control of checks and balances, then even a fake seller or a fake buyer, just for other motives, any other motives, just to know information, just to know prices, may also creep in. They may also register. There are n number of ways that fraudsters nowadays play. Therefore, vendor assessment is done, in-depth assessment is done by the RITES. So benefits are huge for the vendors. The genuine vendors, if they have a pre-assessed tagged as vendor assessed in front of their name at the GEM marketplace, then buyers are buyers are more inclined to go towards those sellers. Similarly, if a seller has a tag, pre-assessed tag, that this is a seller. So buyer has a pre-assessed, then seller is more inclined to go supply to that buyer. They can think of reducing their prices also little because they are verified. Like we say, nowadays we all order in Swiggy, Zomato, and their verified customer, verified restaurant, you know, rated restaurants. Similarly, Gem also has verified buyer and verified seller. The tag is given in front of their name. So vendor assessment is a continuing parameter to arrive at the seller rating displayed on the Gem marketplace. The vendor assessment of the applicant will be based on authentication of the vendor profile, financial capacity, technical details of their items to be offered on GEM as per the prescribed format. The vendor assessment services through RIGHTS, which is a reputed body. You know why the government has come with this? Because governmental procurement in the country is a huge, humongous amount. If that be the case, then unless we know the quality of the item, the technical fitness of the items that these sellers are selling, we must we will not be able to do justice to our procurement and to public fund. Therefore, these ratings are done individually. When GEM was not there, many reputed PSUs did vendor rating on their own through the internal process. But once this GEM has come, this job has become very easy for all of them. Data validation by rights, I have told you. So GEM validates the following within a stipulated total time of 3 working days. So if you register, you can expect within 3 working days, your company's validation, company name validity, state for which license has been issued, all these verification will has to be completed within 3 days. Then validation of project expenses, only government public listed company experience, whether which department's experience, what was the order number, what was the project value, what was the project duration. These experience criteria also rights would evaluate. So there are, in the slide we have understood, there are validation of certification and validation of project experience. Private company experiences are not evaluated by rights for GEM. Now GEM tendering stages, which I was telling. First is bid invitation. So I am a buyer, therefore I talk about bid invitation. But so far as the seller is concerned, he keeps looking at the website whether any tender has been floated, bid has been invited. So now we are talking about as a buyer, because procurement buying is the major activity in GEM. First, we will have a pre-bid conference. After that, we will give, during the pre-bid conference, they will ask questions. So pre-bid conference is held between the prospective suppliers, and their queries we would reply. That is called pre-bid replies. These all are happening before, after invitation of the bid, but before submission of the bid. But there is a process in a major, big mega project. Even before inviting the bid also, we may have a conference. It is usually known as expression of interest, but need not necessarily. I had introduced in ONGC, other than expression of interest, but prospective vendors pre-bid conference, pre-bid invitation conference, we called it. So that in the bid invitation stage itself, we are able to know what are the concerns for the suppliers. Next, once they get the replies, we make the amendment accordingly in the bid. Post bid conference, post bid replies. Bid has come. Now, after receiving the bids, we find there's a shortage, some document shortage. We call them deficient document or whatever. So we again ask them, please provide this. Then they again give the replies, post bid replies, then issue of amendment letters accordingly. Either we accept their concerns or we go otherwise, but we do give an amendment to the indent tender. Bid evaluation to award stage. Actually speaking, if you see, the entire concept of procurement is same as if it was not a GEM procurement. When we used to procure, when GEM was not introduced, how we were doing? We were inviting bids, we were evaluating bids, we were asking for deficient documents, we were deciding on the comparing the price. We used to have two bid system also, sometime one bid system. In two bid system, both in technical evaluation and financial evaluation was done. Everything, and then after that, there's an award to the lowest or whatever may be the parameter set. Everything would be same in GEM portal. Everything would be same in GEM portal. But the best part is the evaluation, the comparisons, these will all be done by AI, artificial intelligence. The tool which is incorporated in the GEM portal, that tool is going to do the comparison. However, while artificial intelligence does it, there is a human intervention in that, because the human decision making capacity artificial intelligence does not have. So therefore, first, what is technical bid opening, TBO? Then we have deficient document or information. After opening the technical bid, we find, okay, you said you have worked for Gale, but your document experience certificate is not here. So that is deficient document. First round of clarification, we say, okay, give it. I give you 7 days. Provide. He requests, no, my management is not able to get, but we have been assured that in next 3 days we'll get. Okay, we can go for a little extension also. All these, as a bid inviter, I can put in the GEM portal, and I can keep editing the GEM portal dates. Second round of clarification is what? First round, I asked, he forgot to submit his audited balance sheet. So after first round of clarification, he gave the audited balance sheet. Now, when he gave the audited balance sheet, he forgot the, one document. Maybe the profit and loss account is missing from there, or maybe auditor's report is missing from there. So I again go for a second round of clarification. I again tell him, all these are not happening verbally at all. All these are happening through only writing in the GEM portal. We give similarly time extension can be given. Techno-commercial evaluation is being done. GEM will do first. Technical evaluation and commercial evaluation. First, GEM will evaluate and present us a report. If we accept, we take. If we do not, there is a system why we do not and how we again go for the evaluation. Then PBO is called price bid opening, price bid evaluation. All of you know price negotiation. This is also known. So even if GEM is saying that Mr. X is the L1 bidder, you can still go for a price negotiation if you have provided during invitation of the bid. So as auditors, as finance professionals of the company, we must know, we must not buy the theories. Many people will try to fool us saying, no, it is GEM procurement, nothing is possible, everything is online. Like the shops, you ask for a discount. Okay, I'm buying this shirt for 3,000 rupees. Can you give me 10% discount at least? No, 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 it is system picked up. It is system arranged. We cannot give you. Similar things in GEM procurement also, people try to fool. So unless we can tell them, counter them, no, it is possible. While inviting the bid, you can incorporate all these things in the bid. That is why finance people must know it. Whether you're a finance officer sitting in the tender committee, or you're approving the tender, or you're an auditor who is doing a postmortem, for whoever you may be. Then price negotiation, then award through a placement of a PO or a LOI, whatever may be called. So it is, the system is same, but the nuances are online and some amount of human intervention is there. Now we have awarded. Now contract signing to execution stage. Contract and contract signing. GEM will only give out the contract. You don't have to do anything. GEM will give out the contract. That's the easiest part. Then of course we can have a kick-off meeting of the project is starting. If it is a supply, no problem. Simply supply will begin. But if it is a LSTK project, lump sum turnkey project, then you have to have a kickoff meeting. During kickoff meeting, the contractor will explain to you what are the, I will take a different session sometimes, large contract management. That time I'll tell you in detail. But in kickoff meeting, the contractor basically presents his plan of action, how he wants to go forward. PVGs, performance bank guarantee submission is there. That also he will submit through GEM. It's all e-tendering. In e-tendering in GEM, the PBG and everything will be put there. That will be uploaded. Insurance, engineering design, and PNID, everything will be put. At least some of the confidential designs and all, those will not be put, but there will be a portal, yes or no. So there will be approver also. Yes, if the contractor said I have submitted, the client will say yes, we have received. So project reviews, long lead items, planning package, all these will be uploaded. CPM critical path method will be discussed and also again uploaded. TPI verification, that is third party verification of the projects, milestone certification. Now, I will discuss about this milestone certification later. GST payment and invoice submission, invoice payment. We'll go into detail. There is something called option clause. It's an excellent clause. Earlier, if you would have contracted for say 1,000 metric ton of certain material, and you have given that within 6 months you have to supply this, the contractor will fulfill that condition, that within 6 months he will give you 1,000 metric ton. But suppose your company is a going concern, it's a profit making concern, it's a operations are continuous, suddenly you feel you need 200 metric tons more before 6 months expires, then you would have had to do a new tender again. And being a government office, you cannot give it to the same contractor saying, no, no, I have already given you, so this also you only do. So without doing tendering, you cannot do. You have to come out with another tender for propriety's sake. But now here in GEM, there's a provision that up to 25% you can increase the supply order to the same supplier during pendency of the supply. The purchaser reserves the right to increase the or decrease. You can decrease also. Suddenly you know that no, it's not happening. You can decrease the quantity to be ordered up to 25% of bid quantity at the time of placement of contract. So you have invited a bid for 1,000 metric ton. You've decided you want only 750 metric tons. So you award 750 metric tons. He cannot come and say creep about it because he is abiding by the invitation to the bid. Or you can also say, I asked for 1,000, but I need 1,250. So you please give 1,250. But only 25% is the limit here. Under this clause, the buyer retains the right to place order for additional quantity up to a maximum of 50% of the originally contracted quantity at the same rate and terms of the contract. This is most important. Rate will not be increased or decreased or anything. It will be same. And how it is 50%? One is at the time of giving the contract and another during the pendency of the contract. So 25 plus 25, 50%. So 1,000 metric ton can go up to 1,500 metric ton. The buyer can increase or decrease the contract quantity during contract duration up to 25%. This I have already told. There is integrity pact guidelines also, that normally in all big procurements, all big PSUs, big companies, big private companies also have the integrity pact. Integrity pact has to be signed by the bidder before he becomes contractor. So the buyer and the seller hereby agree not to indulge in any corrupt practices. This integrity pact guideline is there in GEM portal also. So anyone telling you that it is a GEM tender, so there was no integrity pact, so that therefore it has not been signed. Don't get fooled. As an auditor, you're supposed to know that there is a provision for an integrity pact. See the additional terms and condition, that it ATC under these sections supplements the general conditions of contract and shall be considered as part of the contract document. This is also very, very important. GEM has a general terms and condition of the contract, but there is a ATC, that is GTC. There is an ATC, additional terms and conditions. This ATC in many organizations is called special conditions of contract, SCC, and general condition of contract, GCC. So GCC and GTC are one and the same. SCC and ATC are one and the same. However, GCC and SCC both are part of the contract. That you have to understand. And also, if there is a conflict between GCC and SCC clauses, then GCC will prevail. You must know this. GCC, in that sense, is superior to SCC. Same is in the GEM portal also. You can upload all these GCC and SCC, which are called GTC and ATC. Contracting process, conceptualization to closure. Post-contract issues. We have already spoken about bid invitation, bid submission. Now, post-contract issues, closure and handover of the projects of the supplier. There can be a time extension issue requirement. There may be a liquidated damages which has to be levied. There can be a force majeure situation like COVID or any other flood or hurricane or whatever. Interest bearing advance and bank guarantees, cost overrun and time overrun also. Change orders, additional work to be done, ordered. Variation in quantities, wanted 4,000 items, now I want 4,500 items. Part completion certificates. 3 roads were to be built. I built 1 road, so I want part completion certificate. But the entire contract was for 3 roads, whether you can give part completion certificate or not. Completion certificate. Completion certificate deals with the entire completion of the project. Release of after that release of performance bank guarantee, whether to be released, not to be released, how much to be released, interest and penalties, if any, to be levied. Punch points liquidation are the half done work or petty work or minor work which are yet to be completed, even though the project is operational and it is going great, but there are still small, it is like the whole house is built but the door stopper is not put, like that. Those are the punch points. Then project closure and handover. Project closure will be considered not when the project goes operational, but when all punch points are cleared. Then only project closure and handover happens. Now, these all can be GEM monitored. These all can be in a GEM tender also. You can independently do all these activities, and certain parameters, certain milestones when you achieve, you have to just go on feeding the GEM portal under that particular tender. Most of the things you can do offline. You can keep project review meetings, and what changes you can instruct. Okay, I was thinking that I'll build 2 roads, but now I want to build 1 road, but with 2 sublanes. All these change, everything. You need not go to the GEM portal again and again there, but you can offline also have the review meetings and discuss and decide. But amendments have to be, whatever amendment you have made. Okay, instead of 2 road, now it will be 1 road with 2 lanes, extra lanes. So that amendment has to be again uploaded in the GEM portal if it is a GEM tender. Similarly, any decision which affects payment, any decision which affects payment and his legal binding has to be uploaded in the GEM portal. Who are the stakeholders? Internal stakeholders are execution engine, who will execute the GEM, special purpose vehicle, MSP, PMU. The external government systems, they are the external stakeholders, UIDAI, GSTN, PFMS, MCA 21, PAN database. Then buyers are also external in a way. Buyers can be central government, central PSUs, state government, state PSUs, autonomous bodies. Sellers can be original equipment manufacturers, then MSME, startups, authorized resellers, service providers. Then inspection system, that is CAG, CVC, that is vigilance and AG and all that, RTI, they are inspection systems. Then partners are banks, rating agencies, other commercial agencies who are benefited from this e-government, e-marketplace. So these are the stakeholders. They all have a stake. This is March 24 data. How many buyers, how many sellers are registered? Buyers are only government. Still, we had 1,49,827 buyers, government buyers. Product categories were 12,000 categories of products, 322 categories of services. Total number of orders placed, which is 62,79,000. Merchandise value was 4,03,707, that is gross. Seller and service providers, 85 lakhs sellers and service providers. So it is a hugely beneficial portal, no doubt about it. What are the advantages for the buyers? I've already touched a little bit. End-to-end system from registration to payment. It is single portal. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to open door to door, go to government offices. Here you register, there is nothing. Here just you put. Only thing you have to have GST registration. Provides transparency and ease of buying. Provides options for search, compare, select, and buy facility. You can compare. Suppose I want to buy a camera of certain specifications. In this portal itself, I have certain tool where I can compare which buyer is giving me at what rate, what was its rate last year, how many such cameras have been now purchased, what are the new upcoming. So there are various data. See, the new fuel is data. All of us know the new oil is data. So anywhere where there is data, and through AI tool, it's very easy for people to gather information and uh, take cognizance of the cognizable data and make a considered decision. So it allows you to compare, select, buy facility, offers rich listing of products for individual categories of goods and services. You can go category wise. Up to date, user friendly dashboard for buying, monitoring, supplies, and payments. Order process redesigned for ease of use. Earlier, order process was little clumsy. Now it's very good. Option to provide multiple consignee locations and quantity after authentication. Earlier, we used to think only through verbal contracting meeting only we can decide all these. Okay, 100 quantity I want in Bombay, 200 in Gujarat, and 300 in Calcutta. No, all these options are now available here itself. You can give multiple location consignment, bunching for products and services, price trends for product, what has been the trend of this price, like share market trends. We can see price trends here also. Then option clause, I have already explained to you. For the buyer, option clause is very useful because it can reduce also and it can increase also the quantity. Multiple procurement options, direct purchase for amounts less than 25,000, no need to go for tendering. L1 bid for amount greater than 25,000 but less than 5 lakhs. Push button procurement is buyer will have an option to create a push button procurement notice for L1 purchase, compare and buy for up to 5 lakhs. Bid up to push button procurement, there is no tendering, major tendering. Bid to RA procurement. This is very, very important. I will talk about bid to RA properly. If time permits, I must talk about bid to RA. Intent of buying PAC procurement of specific products as per requirement. PAC, that is proprietorship. That is where the entire procurement is only from one producer, and he has the right copyright or the patent of that. That kind of procurement is also possible in GEM. Custom BOQ bids. What is BOQ? Bill of quantity. BOQ bids procurement of goods services not available on GEM. This, what I mean by not available on GEM is, if in normalcy, these kind of procurements are not available in GEM, then you can custom bid it. You can customize your bid and put all those conditions that you feel like, and you can put, where these are applicable. These are applicable in large engineering projects, road projects, flyover projects, or heavy machinery, or maybe a water treatment plant or a refinery. There, there is not no specific kind of a supplier who will supply only that. So you need to customize your bid. So therefore, custom bid, where specific service is not available on GEM, you can custom bid and then call for bid invitation, invite for bid. Now bid to RA. Bid to RA, is there anyone who is aware of bid to RA? Can I hear from somebody?
Reverse auction?
Yes, but how does it work and why? Is it good or bad? What?
It is
May I
good
know?
for buyer.
Tell your name and organization also.
Myself,
Because I can't.
Akash Wadmare. It is
Okay.
a reverse auction.
Uh,
Buyer can pause for bid some hours and they
mhm.
can benefit for better rates.
Okay. Okay, Akash. Thank you. You have the right information, but I would, for the others, I would tell bid to RA is a provision. You cannot utilize it unless you have provided in the beginning itself in the tender, in the invitation to tender. Always opt for bid to RA, especially in tenders which is more than 50 lakhs or even for 10 lakhs. Always opt for bid to RA. If you have bid to RA, what happens is the bid is closed, price bid is opened, the gem is giving you the evaluation. Say for easy of example's sake, A, B, C, D is L1, L2, L3, L4. A is L1, B is L2, like that. Now, you are not, your internal estimate, say, for example, is 10 lakh rupees. But L1 bid is 12 lakh. L2 is 12 lakh 20,000. L3 is 12 lakh 30,000, like that. Now, you want to, with bid to RA, you have still a possibility of getting a better bid without going for price negotiation. No price negotiation. Because you simply incorporated bid to RA, so you can activate that in the GEM portal. Activation button you can click and GEM portal for some time, for say 15 minutes, sometime for half an hour, sometime for 24 hours. You can open that option. During that period, all ABCD can give their revised bid. Only the amount, nothing else. Revised amount. So A was 12 lakh and B was 12 lakh 20,000. So B gave 11 lakh 90,000. So B became L1. I repeat, A, B, C, D, 12 lakh, 12 lakh 20,000, 12 lakh 30,000, 12 lakh 40,000. These were the bids. So A is 12 lakh. Now, because you gave the option of bid to RA, B, who is L2, he gave a rate of 11 lakh 90,000. So he became L1. In next 10 minutes, you are seeing that D, who was L4, he's straight away giving 10 lakh, straight away down by more than 1 lakh. So he becomes L1. So accordingly, they can keep on giving their bids till the time you have specified. If it is 15 minutes, up to 15, if it is half an hour, if it's 1 hour, 5 hours, whatever. Thereby, you actually do get a wonderful price, the best price, and you can save a lot of money. What is the other benefit of this bid to RA? Anybody else? Anybody who can say? Another loss that we usually make, we can mitigate that loss. Can anybody think about it? Okay, I will tell you. It is the price negotiation
Low
time.
bid आएगा.
It is the price negotiation time which you can save, because time is money. If your project starts 2 days early, you earn 2 days early. It is like if I join the job today, I get salary from today. If I join the job day after tomorrow, I get salary from day after tomorrow. So if I spend 1 week for price negotiation, then my project earnings starts after 1 week only. So therefore, Also, with a single party, I'm doing the price negotiation. He may give me a good price. He may not give because he already knows he is L1. But in bid to RA, he knows he is L1, but he knows anytime he can become L4 also. Therefore, the best price is obtained. Therefore, all finance officers, please do insist on providing the bid to RA component in the tender. All auditors, my humble request, please ask the pertinent question as CMA. Why did you not incorporate the bid to RA clause? So this is bid to RA. Just a minute. Okay. So we were in this slide. Now bid to RA was initiate at the inception was opposed by many people. As finance professionals, you must understand that this will not be liked by many. Because this also, but this is the true reduction of corruption. But if the rate is reduced, then the probable margins to be passed on to certain corrupt officials will also reduce. Therefore, nobody likes bid to RA. But as finance professional, you must insist because today you are a professional, you are not an auditor. An auditor may come upon you that why you did not insist. Technical person will get away because he'll say, I don't know all these about GEM portal, all this bid to RA. Finance did not advise me. So this is what I wanted to caution you. Now GEM buyer user roles. So there are certain roles GEM has: primary user, secondary users. So primary user is the person who, if he's a buyer, he will initiate the indent. So he will have a registration, login ID and password, and he will create a password for a secondary user. Suppose I am the head of the department and I am the primary buyer and I want to give my junior a secondary user role, I will give. Or say my finance officer, I'm a technical person, I'm chief engineer, I am the primary indenter, and I am giving to the finance officer another role, that or the purchase officer another. So they are the secondary ones. So registered organization create or modify the secondary users, manage users and deactivation. So you can deactivate also. Today uh, you have activated for Mr. A, tomorrow you can give that role to Mr. B also. This is mostly in the transferable jobs. Monitoring of orders placed. These are the scope of primary user. These are the functions primary user can do on GEM portal. Indenter who selects the item and add it in specific buyer's cart. He cannot do anything else. He cannot add anybody. He is only the person who can put the in the items what he want to buy in the buyer's cart. Cart like Amazon cart only. You see on the right hand side, right hand up side, you see the cart photographs. The buyer and consignee can be the same entity, makes purchases and drafts bills. That's all he can do in the gem. He cannot touch other things. Technical evaluator, he again processes the bill for payment. Indenters select the item and add it in buyer's specific cart, evaluates bidders on technical parameters. He can say, okay, this person has said that he has completed 300 kilometers of road construction, whether his documents are saying or not. Those technical parameters he can say. He can say, okay, this gentleman is saying he will give me a Kirloskar pump. Whether his pamphlets is showing Kirloskar pump or not. Does he have a tie-up with Kirloskar or not? All these are technical documents they will see. Then, and nothing else, no other function he can do. Consignee is another role who can only accept or reject consignment and put it in the system, that is GEM. DDO, drawing and disbursing officer, processes the bills and pushes the bills to the final payment authority. And process for payment, PAO is the payment processing authority. So there are different layers of these users, and users can do only for what he has registered and what he has been authorized by his primary user. Custom bid for products and services, I have already told you. Custom bids. For custom catalog based bid, the minimum bid duration has to be 10 days and maximum is 45 days. Where you are yourself customizing the catalog of the bid and you're not taking the standard pamphlet from the GEM. Then your minimum 10 days you have to give to the bidder to bid and maximum 45 days. And the buyer would be asked to take an undertaking that the procurement of required item is not feasible from item catalogs available on GEM. Only then custom bid is allowed. First, you have to give an undertaking. Generally, all the sellers who are available, I'm not finding any seller who can supply me my item as per their specifications uploaded by them in the portal. Therefore, I'm making a custom catalog, custom bid. So that undertaking, you are taking a risk while you are certifying that. So unless it is true, one should not certify like that. But there also a lot of people do the hera-pheri, try to write. So as a finance officer, we must know, we must ask the question, how did you find out that you are not finding the other suppliers for this? What are so specific about your item that you're not finding anybody? And if he cannot explain to you, you must take cognizance of the fact. If he can explain to you, suppose there is sometimes what they do, they say, I want to build a 12 feet road, broad road, but I am finding contractor making only 10 feet broad road. Does it qualify for custom bid? I'm afraid not, because one who can make a 10 feet broad road can also make a 12 feet broad road. But suppose I say ONGC requires these pipes, which is 2 centimeter dia and 4 centimeter dia. So can I say the 2 centimeter dia pipe manufacturer is suitable for me for 4 centimeter dia pipe manufacturer? Can I say? No, I cannot, because these are technical pipes. These all need certain other certifications, certain kind of, what you call the joints. The joints are different. So therefore, if I find a 2 centimeter dia manufacturer, I cannot give that call him for participating in the bid or my 4 centimeter dia. So therefore, we have to be very vigilant, and we have to really become finance engineers and not finance officers alone. Bill of quantity. Bill of quantity based bidding enables the buyer to examine item-wise price breakdown in a large project or contract. Bill of quantity based bidding has been introduced to enable buyer to analyze item-wise price breakdown in large project, primarily useful for turnkey jobs where supply of line items to be procured are more. And however, total value-wise item-wise evaluation is required. So, for example, you have to say you have to build a water treatment plant. There are miscellaneous multiple items you have to bring. This pump, that machine, that motor, uh, this pipe, so many things. Say about 500 items you have to be. Item wise, you have to see evaluation, but your bid will be awarded based on the total of the all 500 items. So the total cost of the 500 items has come to say 50 crore. But your item wise evaluation is something is 50 lakhs, something is 10 lakhs, something is 1 lakh, something is 10,000, something is 1 crore. You need to evaluate each and every item, whether there is a crucial item which he has quoted very highly, or where there is a non-crucial item that also he has not quoted at all. Therefore, this bill of quantity based evaluation is also enabled in GEM portal. Benefits of price backup shall help buyer to monitor price hike for the same project. With the if I know the price backup, I can monitor. Note, on the GEM portal under browse, go to browse, then select BBQ based bidding. I'm just giving so that if some of you may actually be working on the GEM portal. GEM portal facilitates for forward auction facility also, which can be used by seller to sell their items to many potential buyers. It's a forward, like the forward market. Items are commonly placed at an online auction site. Buyers can continuously bid for the item if they are interested. Eventually, the highest bidder wins. So it's a auction place also. Government e-marketplace is an auction place also. That is also available. The secondary user registered as buyer on GEM will have to be auto-registered as an auctioneer onto the FA module. That means this is the practical aspect of who can do it. The secondary user who is registered as a buyer, but he wants to auction, his item, he has to be first auto-registered as an auctioneer under the FA module. And that process he has to go through. Only then he can put up his items. Post successful login, the buyer will be able to access the FA module where he or she would be able to create their category, create auctions, configure auction parameters such as start price, increments, time extension, etc. So this is also possible. Payment methods on GEM. All these are available on GEM. Public finance management system used by central government, integrated financial management system, state governments and ministries, Controller General of Defense account, we know they are for defense, GEM pool account used by those who are not direct from the government payment, they use this GEM pool account. One is Chalan model, one is non-Chalan model in the GEM pool account. Then railway payment system, then payment gateway, normal internet banking, multiple option payment system. Then ERP based, integrated with ERP. The central public sector enterprises normally ERP based payments they do online. And others for organizations paying offline through NEFT, checks, RTGS, etc. Actually, it is not offline. But so far as GEM is concerned, it's offline. Other rest all are, integrated. Others, other than those above, up to ERP, they do directly they give checks, they do NEFT, RTGS. That payment is also allowed in GEM. You need not make the payment only directly through the GEM portal. It's a contract only, normal contract. Advantages to seller: direct access to all government departments, one-stop shop, reverse auction on product, I have already told. Dynamic pricing, price can be changed based on market condition. Strong vendor rating system, it helps them. They get their reputation, their profile portfolio becomes better. New product suggestion facility available to sellers. They can suggest. If I'm searching like those Facebook searches, no, if I am as a lady, I'm searching for some lip balm, he will immediately pop up with a lipstick also. So like that, these suggestions also sellers can push new product suggestion. Seller friendly dashboard for selling and monitoring of supplies and payments. They themselves can monitor the supply and payment through the same dashboard when they log in the GEM. News and event section for regular updates. News on GEM shows list of new product categories added. So buyer also can keep on checking these new product categories. What are the market? I mean, it's like moving around in the market, doing window shopping. You can keep checking what are the new suitcases which has come, what are the new, mobile phones which has come. Like that, if my company needs certain chemicals, certain materials, certain machines, I can also keep doing my window shopping. It's if you all are sleeping, then I can tell you that this is a good time pass. Sitting in office, telling your boss, look boss, I'm doing my office work. So GEM function based flexibility for seller users. I have already told you primary users, secondary users. Secondary users, bid participation, one user, process order, another user. Role-based secondary users, bid participation, product upload, process order, payment confirmation. These can be multiple secondary users under one primary user. Similarly for buyer also. GEM category-driven catalog management system. Different quadrants, it has been divided. Only OEMs, quadrant 1. If you open your portal, you will find, okay, in the quadrant 1, what you will find? Only original manufacturers. Quadrant 2, OEMs and their authorized resellers. Quadrant 3, OEM and their authorized resellers concurrently, together. Quadrant 4, OEMs as well as by any reseller also, not only authorized reseller. Quadrant 5 for self-help groups only. Upload as resellers only. Quadrant 6 exclusively for ODOP category, when only OEMs can upload the catalog. Reseller will be able to pair the catalog with OEM's catalog. They cannot upload. So like this, different quadrants are there. So a lot of authenticity is built into this entire government e-market. Buyer rating, seller rating. Buyers and sellers are rated here. Buyer ratings are timely bid closure, timely order placing, timely acceptance, timely payment. Seller ratings are timely delivery, quality of delivery, reliability, users' feedback. These are the main parameters where ratings are done. GEM incident management policy is also there. If you have an objection, if you feel vindicted, if you have a grievance, you can raise an incident. And once you raise an incident, first you report, then it gets escalated, then the investigation, then action is taken and resolution is given. This is self-built and you can put in GEM itself. No need to go to court. Buyer flagging, very important. Red flag and orange flag. More than 30 payments due for more than 70 days post CRAC is a red flag. More than 20 payments due for more than 70 days post CRAC, it's an orange flag. So you should always avoid red flag, even orange flag also, in fact. Otherwise, as a buyer, you'll not be preferred by the sellers. And this feature is introduced to help the sellers make informed decisions. Sellers will not be penalized for rejecting orders from red buyers. Otherwise, suppose you participated in the bid and you have awarded, and then you say that I am not going to execute. This will not, he will be penalized. But if the seller, buyer is red flag buyer, then he will not be penalized. This is the Sahay portal. Lot of help is given by GEM. Sahay platform aims to facilitate credit to the interested proprietors. Details of seller and orders received on GEM portal are shared with the Sahay. The integration aims to fast track the disbursement of credit to interested sellers. The facility is available to GEM sellers who are sole proprietors and have a valid GST, and sellers who have created to at least one order on GEM will be eligible for financing. So this is Sahay loan scheme. Integrated incident management, I have already told you that buyer or seller both can raise an incident. To support the buyers and sellers, we have GEM helpline, GEM help desk, GEM email, GEM chatbot, GEM FAQ, GEM social media pages, GEM e-learning and capacity building pages, GEM procurement, practical issues. For certain items like steel, etc., Government of India permission is required and may not be available easily. So you can't buy in GEM because you're not finding them, nor can you go and order them outside GEM because government permission is required. Second is Government of India permissions take also months together. Even if you get a permission, maybe your project importance itself is over. If the permission took 1 year to be coming, your project validity, viability is only gone. But you cannot buy in GEM because GEM, they are not, you cannot buy other than GEM unless you have a permission. Then monopolistic suppliers influence ministry decisions, a great deal, a very big deal. So GEM or no GEM, whatever it is, the bigger suppliers, they do influence. And glaring example is steel industry. Last, it is my opinion, after all, everything is not AI. AI-enabled human intelligence-driven actions and decisions can be biased. Even in the GEM tendering, even in GEM evaluation, there can be certain human biasness, which is quietly infused into the AI-driven system. Nevertheless, it is 90% better than the previous non-e-commerce website for government procurement. The kind of corruption that is to happen, I would say 85 to 90% is brought down. by all these bid to array and the gem fair tendering process and all that. But that little 10 to 15% room of doubt, I personally know still exists. So I've already told why gem came and how gem came. It is for curbing the corruption, is to minimize the government's human transaction interference. But as I said, this is 85% successful, I would say. Thank you very much. I'm open for question. And I will stop sharing now. So, any question, or I hope you all have understood the nuances, because details are hands-on experience. Once you go and log into the portal, you will get your hands-on experience on the detail. Gauri, you can unmute them, and if they want to ask something, they can ask.
Sure, ma'am. Any questions?
Ma'am, what is difference between CPP tender and GEM procurement tender?
What is CPP tender?
And GEM central procurement, like this central procurement.
Okay,
like this.
right. See, CPP tender is centrally procured by the organization. Okay, centrally procured. Suppose an organization has 10 offices, 10 installations or work centers all over the country. But all procurements for all those 10 installations are happening from their head office. Say, for example, one place. That we will call central procurement. But GEM is irrespective of central or non-central. All central procurement can be done through GEM from sitting at one office, or GEM procurement can be done for decentralized procurement also sitting at 10 different locations. That is the difference. Am I clear? Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
This is CMA BN Chauber. This is I'm sharing my experience of the
Yes.
NHP state
Mm-hmm.
that while procuring through the GM, there were
Yes.
certain items which were definitely cheaper in the market than the gems.
Mm-hmm.
I had been to NHIDCL where we have to compulsorily procure through the gems,
Mm-hmm.
but we have option also to buy from the local market also. But there are certain things we observed that certain things as per the configuration and technical specifications, we found items are cheaper in the market than in the gems portal what is available through the sellers. What is the
Yes,
remedy for this?
yes, Mr. Chobe, if there is an urgency, there is a concept called board purchase board, urgent purchase board. So urgency purchases need not go through GEM. It can be brought directly from the market through a committee called board purchase members, and they can go out to the market, visit the shops, collect quotations, and open the quotations on their own in a meeting room in presence of finance officer, and then decide on the award. So for that, you need not go to GEM for urgency. However, in GEM, you do find lot of sellers. You do find it will be very one-off case, or rarely that there'll be very cheaper items in the market. But what happens is, while in gem you are at least sure of the seller. You know what we did? We ordered certain bags once last year. Gem tender was taking time. We had to give these bags to the employees, and we bought from the market. The person quoted so low that he couldn't supply. So after 8 months, when we did not get the bags, we went through gem and we procured the same thing in gem. We got the correct price. So it has two sides of the same coin. It can be quality compromise, or it can be price compromise also. Both can be there, but usually gem a lot of sellers are there, so therefore you do get a good price, provided you have bid to RA provision.
Of course, I agree with your points, madam. But there are certain situations where we have to compromise. That it is purchased in our emergency, or
Yes,
item is
emergency is emergency. Nobody can help there. Yes, I understand. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Madam, myself Prasad from NMDC. Actually, I would like to know one thing, ma'am. Like
Yes.
while buying from GEM, whether can we insist for a particular brand, like a particular, like Tata Voltas AC, example?
Yes, you can.
Can we insist for
No,
a particular brand? Is
I'll
it
tell
allowed
you.
or not?
You are from a government organization, right?
Yes, ma'am.
See, first of all, you have to process your internal file as to why you want to go only for the particular brand. If your project requirement says that only that brand provides you what is required for your operations, then you can go. But suppose you want to buy a AC, for 10 ACs for all the officers in the floor. There you cannot put, I want only LG or Godrej. No, you cannot put. Because ACs are not that technically specific items, where the room has to be only cooled. But your operation specific, your machine specific, your project specific, any item, if you think only that brand is superior and it has, you can back it up with documents, like you can show failures of other brands somewhere else, or you can show the superiority of this brand or requirement, then your internal approval in your internal file in the organization has to go through. Then you, based on that file, you can go for a particular brand in the gem procurement. Suppose you want to go for Godrej, and then there will be 10 number of Godrej suppliers. You want to go for Tata, there will be 10 number of Tata suppliers, like that. After following the proper procedure of government office, then you can go for a particular brand.
Okay, thank you, madam. Now, one more question, ma'am.
Yes.
Like after making payment to the suppliers, whether this needs to be updated in the GEM portal by this buyer?
Yes.
Like,
A supplier will also upload it. They will also upload.
okay.
I have one question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Suppose we want to buy computer for our organization. There is computer is as per as you advise that you have to first deal with your internal files, that what type of brand you want to buy, and what is we have to go for the cheapest one. But there are unless we go inside the technical glitches, that is what will be the whether the desktop will be having this computer will be having the which words, Microsoft, what are the inbuilts are there. Simply computer is not going to help out. So what I mean to say that what as a finance man, we are not having the knowledge of finance, this is technical glitches. As a finance man, what will be our views on that?
Your role comes second. The first role is of the indenter. An indenter is always a technical man. So your role is to ask question and see logically, keeping the basic knowledge of the market and the technology. You did not go internally. You need not you need not know how the Intel works, but whether Intel is there or not, you should know. Then you can ask question. If you don't know about Intel, you can ask why is Intel all is there in every computer nowadays. So your knowledge increasing sessions have to continuously go on. While we have a cup of tea and chit chat with our technical colleagues, we can always upgrade our knowledges. Acha, you are going to now make the indent for the computers. What are the parameters are you looking for, or what are the latest in the market? Okay, why not this? I thought this is the latest. No, why this? So we have to keep upgrading our skills. And nowadays there is Google. Google will give you the updated information. There's newspaper. There is so many tech programs in the TV. We have to keep updating our knowledges. Otherwise, as I said, we have to be a strategic manager, strategic planner from a finance officer. We have to be a finance engineer. We have to be a strategic advisor, strategic leader. We are no more only a finance officer. We have
Thank you,
to
ma'am.
have, yeah. Mm. Anyone else? If no one else is there, then Gauri, I think we can conclude.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for your wonderful session, ma'am. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
I
Yeah,
thanked
fine.
everybody
Officially,
Thank you,
we
for
madam.
conclude the
your.
session.
Wonderful session.
Thank you, thank you. I hope all of you had some takeaway or the others. Please unmute yourself and you can speak for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. It's a wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bhattacharya. Thank you, Samkoshi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Akash. Thank you, Pathak. Thank you, Chaubeji, Sadiq. This
Thank you,
really
madam.
encourages me that Farooq encourages me for the hard work that I do for all these study and preparation. If you all are there attentively, thank you so very much.
Ma'am, can we
Yes,
request you to
Josh.
share with your PPT?
Pardon?
May we request you to share with your.
Let the series get over. This is a 3 lecture series. When is my next lecture, Gauri? Gauri?
It's on 16th.
16th. So then my next lecture is on 16th and the third lecture is on 23rd, now?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll let the lecture series get over. Then we will all this share I will do. Okay. Please
you, ma'am.
attend all the 3 lectures. Today you have attended. Please attend the other 2. They'll also be very interesting topics of relevance.
Sure, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Gauri. And thanks,
Thank you, ma'am.
Mirji, Arindam. Thank you very much for the institute.